Hello, good afternoon. All right, we are going to try this. Take 3. Third time's the charm, right? Today I wanted to come to you on this Sunday fun day to chat a little bit about the essential oil lemongrass. I first became familiar with lemongrass whenever I was doing research. I was looking for something for musculoskeletal support. I wanted something for to support joint function in my daughter's wrist. And while it turned out that what she actually needed was chiropractic care for her neck and her back, I was really happy that in that journey I discovered Lemongrass Essential Oil because it's a wonderful oil. It has a wonderful aroma, and also it supports 6 different systems of the body. So lemongrass is amazing. We're going to talk about it today. Whenever I present on an oil, I like to help people with a way to remember quickly recall the uses of an oil or things that an oil supports. So for lemongrass, it's a little difficult because there's so many different things that, many functions that it supports. But this is what I narrowed it down to. So lemongrass, to help you remember lemongrass, I would remember aldehydes, head, shoulders, knees, and toes, tummy, and more. Hi, Pam. Thanks for joining us. So when I say aldehydes, I don't want you to be intimidated by that word. I'm going to explain it in a little bit what it means. But first, I want to tell you how I use lemongrass. After I discovered it, whenever, like I said, I was doing the research for my daughter and we ordered it, I really fell in love with the smell of lemongrass. If you smell it, it smells bright and fresh and clean and lemony and sweet. It just smells just like lemongrass. It's actually distilled from the leaves of the lemongrass plant. And so that's how I used it for a little while. And then I was telling a friend about how much I love the smell of lemongrass, and she told me that she uses it by massaging it into her heels. And she explained why, and I'm like, I'm going to try that. So I massaged it, I added it to my lotion, massaged it into my heels, and I like it so much. And then when I learned more about it, I started massaging it into my legs and in my arms. So now it's just something that I add to my daily regimen. As I'm getting ready, I add a couple of drops of lemongrass, massage it into my heels and my legs and my arms. And my husband uses it whenever he puts lotion on his toes. He'll add a drop of lemongrass. So yeah, it's something we use every day. It's also wonderful to diffuse. It's nice to diffuse it in combination with thieves. It smells really nice and bright and clean and purifies the air in your home. So that's how I use it. Aldehyde. So I said we want to remember lemongrass by remembering aldehydes, head, shoulders, knees, and toes, tummy, and more. All right, so when I talk about aldehydes, what am I talking about? Well, aldehydes are a certain type of compound that is found in some essential oils. Perfumers love aldehydes because they have a very strong, wonderful aroma, and so they like to use them in perfumes. Unfortunately, oftentimes the aldehydes they use in our perfumes are synthetic and they're not naturally occurring like we find in our essential oils. One thing about the aldehydes that are in lemongrass is that they're very calming to the nervous system, and so you could use lemongrass aromatically if you wanted it just to relieve emotional stress. It's also very purifying, and so it's great for diffusing in the home. As a matter of fact, Young Living added lemongrass into the purification blend, which if you have a premium starter kit, you got this in your kit. So that's lemongrass, and I really want to encourage you to do your own research on aldehydes just to see what the beneficial properties are of them. Lemongrass, depending on the growing season, depending on the weather, a batch of steam distilled lemongrass could have anywhere from 55 to 89% aldehydes. So, it's nature that we're dealing with, so things do vary, but all lemongrass has anywhere from Young Living lemongrass has anywhere from 55 to 89% aldehydes. Okay, so that's the aldehydes part. All right, lemongrass is not just beneficial for our nervous system. It is actually beneficial for 6 systems of the body. So they are the nervous system, the circulatory system, lymphatic system, digestive system, excretory system, and musculoskeletal system. So it's an amazing oil that it supports all of these systems. How can we use lemongrass to support our circulatory system? Well, lemongrass supports just overall health healthy circulation in the body. It is an oil that is part of the energy blend. An energy blend contains juniper and marjoram. Where'd my marjoram go? Juniper and marjoram, and I think it's marjoram. Let me double check my notes. Oh, I'm sorry. It's rosemary. It contains juniper, rosemary, and lemongrass. So this trio is what is in the energy blend, and it's just good for overall circulatory support. Lemongrass can also be used to support lymphatic function. Our lymphatic system is a system that maybe you might not be as familiar with. We have lymph fluid in our bodies. It's responsible, among other things, for transporting white blood cells to our cells. It's also responsible for transmitting waste from our cells, away from our cells, things that they don't need anymore. And unlike our circulatory system that has a pump, our heart is our pump for our circulatory system, there is no pump for our lymphatic system. And so it's really important that we don't have a sedentary lifestyle, that we're doing intentional movement. Walking is very good for your lymphatic system. Jumping on a rebounder is fantastic for your lymphatic system. And lemongrass is also good for supporting a healthy lymphatic system. It's very good for supporting healthy lymph flow. So that's our lymphatic system. It is also a good oil to support healthy digestion. As a matter of fact, when you got your kit, if you have a kit, you may have gotten Digize, depending on when you ordered your kit. And Digize is a blend that suggests that supports healthy digestive function, and it does contain lemongrass. So you're going to find lemongrass in your Digize. Lemongrass is also supportive of the excretory system. What is our excretory system? It is a system that is responsible for removing unnecessary materials from fluids in our body. Whenever you think of the urinary tract system, that is, you're thinking of the excretory system. And so lemongrass is actually good, gives us good support for our excretory system. And specifically, it supports healthy bladder function. You can also find lemongrass in the Inner Defense supplement. It's a supplement of various essential oils that come already blended in a gel capsule for you to take internally. So the lemongrass is very good for supporting healthy bladder function. And last but certainly not least, lemongrass is very good for supporting the musculoskeletal system. So our musculoskeletal system is our muscles and our bones, and it's also the connective tissue that holds our muscles and bones together. Specifically, lemongrass is wonderful for supporting our ligaments. Our ligaments, they are a type of connective tissue that connect bone to bone. So anywhere you have a joint and you have bone to bone, you're going to find a ligament. So where are we going to find ligaments? We're going to find them. This is where the head, shoulders, knees, and toes comes in. So head was for our nervous system, and then shoulders, knees, and toes. These are joints where we're going to find ligaments. We'll also find them in our wrist. We're going to find them in our knuckles. We're going to find them in our ankles. So these are all places that we find ligaments, and lemongrass is very good for supporting our ligaments and keeping them healthy and functioning the way they're supposed to. Two other oils that also complement are marjoram and lavender. So this would be a fantastic trio to use if you were looking to support healthy ligament function. If you happen to catch the LME Facebook Live post that I did a couple of days ago, that's another one that I mentioned was good for ligaments. So I guess all four of these, right? These are all ligament happy oils. All right, so those are our 5 body systems or 6 body systems that that lemongrass supports. So how do you use it? Well, lemongrass is available from Young Living 2 ways. You can buy it in a 15 milliliter bottle, and it's labeled as lemongrass. And it also comes in a 5 milliliter bottle. And that bottle, it's the same oil inside, but it has different labeling so that it remains compliant in its labeling. And that one's labeled for internal use. All of the Vitality oils are labeled for Vitality use. So lemongrass Vitality is for internal use. So lemongrass, that aromatically, I would use it. You could just open it up if you were on the go. Let's say you wanted to use it to support your nervous system and just enjoy the calming and the emotionally releasing, stress relieving properties. You could just smell it from the bottle. You could diffuse it in your home. You can also use it topically. Like I said, I like to add it to an all-natural lotion and massage it into my heels and arms and legs. You could also mix it with a carrier oil to help you move it, or spread it onto the area where you want to massage it in. But also, lemongrass has a yellow tinge to it, and it will turn your fingernails, if it leaks onto your fingernails, it will turn your fingernails a little bit yellow. So using a carrier oil kind of helps with that. You could use coconut oil, you could use olive oil. I'm really loving avocado and macadamia oil right now. I'm using those. So you could use any of those. Now, whenever I say carrier oil and we're talking about essential oils, and if this gets a little confusing, then I recommend that you read a blog that I posted on my website. It's a guide to using therapeutic grade essential oils, I think is what it's called. But you can find it on my website. My website is at yldist.com/essential info. So you're going to find that post there, and it'll really spell out for you what's the difference between a carrier oil and essential oil, the difference in how they're used, and the difference in the benefits, and the difference in how they're obtained also. So that's going to help you out. Okay, so Young Living Vitality, I don't have it here to show you, but Young Living Vitality is, like I said, labeled for internal use. So you could add it to your water glass, or if you drink water out of a stainless steel like travel bottle. Anytime you add essential oils to your water, you don't want to do it in plastic or styrofoam. You always want to drink out of glass or stainless steel. You could also add it to tea. If you had hot tea, you could add a drop, or even iced tea. You could add some lemongrass essential oil. And then also you could add it to your cooking. Let's say you're making a Thai recipe, or you're making a coconut lime soup, or something that would really lend itself to the flavors of lemongrass. You could add that to your cooking. I would add it toward the end, because the heat could possibly break down the beneficial constituents of the oil. But if you're wanting it for flavor, then I guess you could add it anytime. But I would want to preserve as much of those as I can. Okay, if I have spoken too quickly, which I know I do, I know I speak quickly, or if you just haven't been able to get this down, or you want to share this, anything that's posted in our Essential Info group is not shareable to any members that are outside of the group. So you are welcome to invite people to come be a part of this group, or I will be posting in just a little bit a link to the blog that covers all of this information. And with that, I will have a pin, and you can pin it on Pinterest, and you can also share it that way, or you can share the blog post. So I hope this is helpful information. I hope it has encouraged you to, if you have lemongrass, to maybe use it in a new way, or maybe consider putting lemongrass on your next Essential Rewards order. It's fantastic. Remember, lemongrass is aldehydes. You're going to go research aldehydes, head, shoulders, knees, and toes, tummy, and more. All right, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday fun day, and I will see you next time on Facebook Live. Have a great afternoon.